Labour and the Tories clash over Scotland as polls suggest the Nationalist could hold the balance of power after the election. Ed Miliband tells Scotland vote SNP and risk getting a Tory government. David Cameron tells Labour rule out a deal with the SNP or risk the breakup of Britain. Good evening. The election battle for Scotland started in earnest today as Labour leader Ed Miliband appealed to Scottish voters to rally behind his party. It follows recent opinion polls suggesting many Labour seats in Scotland could fall to the Scottish National Party. With many predicting another hung parliament, David Cameron called on Labour to rule out any post-election deal with the SNP, which he said could break up Britain. Our Scotland correspondent James Cook reports.
Where is Scottish Labour heading? According to the polls, the only way is down. After decades when they could have weighed their vote, almost all of the party's 41 seats in Scotland appear to be under threat from a spectacular SNP surge. And their leader knows drama on a Scottish stage could thwart his ambitions.
These Tories will stop at nothing. They're so desperate to cling on to power. And I've got to tell you, every vote cast for another party, including the SNP, makes that prospect of a Tory government more likely.
But it's not all good news for the Conservatives. They could end up as the largest party, but still struggle to govern if Labour and the Nationalists struck a deal.
Even today, Ed Miliband will not rule out a deal or backing from the SNP. If he cares about this country, he should do so. You cannot let the people who want to break up our country into the government of our country.
How to stop the SNP bandwagon is now a hot topic at Westminster. Such is the concern at the heart of the British state, there's even talk of an anti-nationalist coalition. It's come to something when a Tory grandee who battled Labour for decades is now suggesting the two parties could join forces.
Well, it happens in other countries. In Germany, Angela Merkel didn't get a majority because her Liberal Party faded away. The government now in Germany is an alliance between Labour and Conservative, if you like, and I think that might have to be the way forward.
And all this English anguish is making someone happy.
Yeah, isn't it great to see the desperation creeping up the spines of the Labour and Tory peers and MPs. Now, Labour MPs and peers have called for this grand coalition. Now Lord Baker is calling for this grand coalition. What that tells us is that they're starting to get the Heebie Jeebies.
Don't listen to the lies and scaremongering of the SNP.
It feels like last year's battles are being fought all over again. The independence movement has not melted quietly into the shadows. Anyone who thought British politics would go back to normal after Scotland rejected independence is now being proved very wrong indeed. The political passions ignited here last year are still burning fiercely and may yet have a profound effect on the very future of the United Kingdom. James Cook, BBC News, Edinburgh.